Hey friends, I am at it again. I just got back from buying some clearance plants. Some of these hostas right here I got for a really good deal. I've got some other plants over here I'm going to show you in just a minute. But these hostas I am going to put in containers on the shaded side of my porch. I've got some planters I've yet to put anything in. This is the June hosta. I love how it has this lighter lime green color on it. Because in the shade, things that are dark kind of just disappear in the darkness of the shade. So I like the really bright lime color. This is supposed to get 15 to 16 high, 20 to 36 wide. So I'm sure the container I'm putting it in isn't gonna be a long-term situation for this hosta, but couldn't pass it up because I got a good price and it's the color that I was looking for. This Monrovia hosta right here, these are both Monrovia hostas, by the way. This Monrovia is a gold standard hosta. It gets 30 inches high, 36 wide. So this is gonna be a pretty big hosta, but also I'm gonna stick it in a container this year, see how it does, and then probably plant it out in the landscape next year maybe, or maybe this fall. We'll see, probably this fall. That would probably be a better idea. But let me show you what else I got. Check out these beauties I picked up all at once so you can see them. Not that they're gonna be planted together, but don't they look pretty together? I actually think they would be a really pretty combination. Maybe in a planter, a container. I don't know, I love it. Look at it, so pretty. So I have balloon flower here. I got another variety of balloon flower last year. It was my first time with balloon flower. I thought they were absolutely beautiful, cool, really cool buds right here. Let me put the rest of these plants down so I can show you what I've got. So this is the Astra Blue balloon flower, and check out how these buds are. They're kind of squishy, like a balloon. I just dented that one in. Oh, popped it back out. There you go. So when they start budding up, they look like this. Then they turn to that. Here's one a little more developed. And then we've got that. This one doesn't have an open flower, so let me get an open flower. This is what they look like opened up. Aren't those absolutely gorgeous? I love these. The other one that I have, I think it's more of a white with like a purple veining. So I went with the purple variety or Astra Blue variety this time. They do come back, they are perennial, and my other three that I planted last year have come back. They don't have buds on them yet, I don't think. I'll have to check, but I'm excited that they came back. So super happy to have these. We'll plant them out somewhere. Then I was able to pick up some Diamond Frost euphorbia. I got these on clearance. They're not like the most spectacular looking right now because they were on clearance, but I got one for each of my containers in front of the garage because I also have the Supertunia Bordeaux petunias that I'm going to put in the planters, and then I'll have one of these, and then I'm going to do some other things. I'm not really sure exactly, but have these. And then I bought a couple of the Wildberry or Dolce Wildberry Heucheras. I had bought a Heuchera or two on clearance last year, planted them out in the heat of summer. They did not survive. I was so bummed. I shouldn't have planted them where I did in the heat of summer like that. That was totally my fault. But I went ahead and I got a couple more because they're so pretty, and I love that they keep this color year round. And when there's some things that aren't in bloom in certain areas of the garden, having foliage that is colorful really helps to make the garden look good, even when there aren't flowers in the garden. So I'm learning this, I'm implementing this in lots of areas of the garden, and it's making things look so much better. So I'm excited to have these. Now, something else I picked up because I moved my Emerald Green Arborvitaes out of my containers at the front door and replaced them with something different. One of them I thought was probably dead, but I wanted to give it a shot in the ground. It's definitely dead. But the other one I planted on one side of a gate going to our goat field. So I went and I picked up another one to match the other side to replace the dead one. So nothing like super fancy there, but that will make it look so much better. So glad to have that. I've got to get some things planted out, and I just wanted to show you what I had. And I've got lots of seeds that I'm trying to get in the ground. I planted some foxglove over in the walkway heading up to the house. That's going to look so good this year. I hope it looks so good this year. But I've got lots of other foxglove. I've got so many seeds. I can't even remember what all I have. Some gomphrena and some, I don't know, lots of seedlings. But anyways, all right, we are out here in the flower bed with all these beautiful roses. I got my climbing perfume breeze rose right here, my surprise beauty rose, the Doc Huey right here, and then I've got a knockout rose right over there, the pink knockout rose. I moved my spirea out because it was getting swallowed by the roses. So I pulled it out, and with the arch of this Doc Huey right here, there's this perfect little cove that I thought would just look so cute to put a fairy house. So let's put it over there and see what we think. Here it is. It's so cute. I gotta move this. This can't stay here. It's just a really small division of a phlox, so I'm gonna dig it out really quick. Check out my Wisely 2008 rose and all of these gorgeous blooms. It rained last night, but I think a lot of these bloomed out today after the rain, so I didn't lose very many flowers, but oh my goodness. It's so pretty. The new arborvitae is on its way to its home. I got my son to carry it over there for me. I am over here on the shaded side of my porch, and I'm going to plant my hosta, and decided to put one of the heucheras in this container right here. And I think this combination looks really pretty, and I had nothing in these containers, so it's perfect, and I won't have to worry about them flowering, and if I miss a watering, that I'm not gonna have all these blooms die and them look crummy. They're gonna look pretty, they're in the shade, and it's gonna be great. I did put some petunias in this pot right here. Maybe not the best spot because it does get morning sun. Might not be the best spot for the petunias, but I had them, I was growing from seed. I went ahead and put them in this pot just to fill it up because I didn't have anything growing in it yet. And I'm trying to get all my containers filled up for the season, but let's get planting with this real quick. I was just sitting here thinking that this was too big to put in this pot. I'm like, oh, maybe I could divide it. So I just started kind of peeling it apart, and it's actually very simple to do at this stage. I've got 2 plants now, so I can stick one out in the shade garden, and I've got one for a container here. So very nice. Which one? He has poison ivy on his fingers now too.
Daddy, he can't touch us.
This is kind of fun when you have really dry soil and you want to get it really moist, really wet, and like get it to absorb all of that water. Digging in and playing with it. Reminds me of my childhood playing in the mud and making mud pies. What kind? That's fine.
You have the
This is the other one. This is the June hosta that I am going to put in this container. It's got some pretty big roots already. I know that this one would divide as easily, but well, that was a little more delicate than I realized. It does have a little root, so I think it'll be okay. We'll have to put it in a container to make sure that grows on good, but hostas seem to be very hardy and very easy to divide and transplant. They're pretty forgiving. Unless they're getting too much sun, and then they just get scorched. I had a small hosta that was left in a pot about this size all winter long, sitting out in the flower bed. It was knocked over on its side. I found it this spring. Don't know how I missed it all winter. Found it this spring, planted it in the ground back behind the porch swing, and it's doing phenomenal. So it survived knocked over in a container this size all winter with crazy freezing temperatures, and it's doing good. So again, hostas are pretty forgiving. I think she looks really pretty. All right, this little spot right here, I'm going to put these balloon flowers and then this sweet alyssum that self-seeded in my pathway. I dug them up, potted them up, and have been waiting for them to get some roots on them to transplant them out into the flower bed. I'm over here where I've planted out a bunch of other seedlings like straw flower and calendula and some Eskimo marigolds, and then you go onto the vegetable garden. But I've got some roses that are about to bloom out. I've got some incredible hydrangeas, so just wanting to spruce this up a bit. I also have some balloon flowers that I purchased last year right here, these three right here in the front, and then I've got some sensationalia, maybe, I think that's what I have behind them. Anyways, I'd never done balloon flower before. They came back beautifully. They haven't budded up yet, but the plants themselves came back, so I wanted to see that they did that before I purchased more, and they do. So these are like a white with a purple veining. The ones I just bought are the purple variety, so I think this will be really pretty with the purple and the white in front of it. And then we'll have the big white snowball hydrangea. It's an incredible hydrangea by Proven Winners. And then I've got this pink rose with some calendula, and I'm replacing that dead Emerald Green Arborvitae with this other one I just picked up because I explained that to you earlier, so I'm not gonna go through it again, but I gotta replace that, so that's what I'm gonna work on. So my camera died, but I went ahead and planted out the Emerald Green Arborvitae to match this one over here. But it turns out that the one I bought is much bigger than the one that I had pulled out of the container. So hopefully eventually they catch up with each other, but that's okay. It works for now. But we have the balloon flowers and the sweet alyssum all right here. I just had a shipment delivered of the shrubs I'm putting over in front of my hydrangeas I just planted out. I got 4 of the Touch of Gold hollies by Southern Living. They get 2 foot tall, 4 foot wide, want full sun, stay this beautiful gold color throughout the season. It says golden variegated leaves adorn the dwarf habit of this evergreen holly, and I'm so excited to put these in the ground. Zones 6 to 9, and they're gonna be so pretty. These are smaller. I got them for a better price buying them online like this. It's a smaller container than what you would get at the garden center normally, but they were about 15 a piece as opposed to 30 a piece, so got a much better deal. And then they'll grow, so I'll be patient. They're gonna look so pretty regardless. So this section of the garden is looking absolutely gorgeous right now. I have all these roses blooming out, as you all saw in the garden tour. I wanted to go ahead and show you how they're placed, how I'm gonna put them in the ground, and oh my goodness, it's looking absolutely stunning. Check out the yard. I also just planted out vinca all along the house on both sides to give me some good annual color, because the bobo hydrangeas that I planted out last year are still really small and they're not going to cover a lot of that space, as well as the azaleas that I planted. They're really small still, but it's so gorgeous. Let's get these in the ground. Guys, how amazing does this look? Oh my goodness, I just love it so much. So I've got this lime colored abelia right here, and then the 4 gold hollies, and then another abelia over there. They look amazing in this spot. What a difference from one year to the next. I need to show you what this area looked like last year, just so you can see. Oh my goodness, look at this. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today out here in the garden. We got so much accomplished. It's looking so beautiful. And if you haven't checked out my May garden tour, definitely go check that out. You can also go back and see the April garden tour and what was blooming back in April here in Tennessee, Zone 7. And things are just looking amazing. Last year, I just started filming here on YouTube, giving garden tours and showing daily life in the garden. So if you want to catch up and see what things look like even last year, be sure to go and check out some of my older videos. And like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I will see you guys next time. Happy gardening.